Today, I'm going to be making my own homemade croissants from scratch because we're going to be making something called a crookie, okay? So that's a croissant stuffed with cookie dough, topped with cookie dough, and then a little bit of icing sugar. And this person's really enjoying it. They're very enjoying it. Look at this, this is it. But I've never made croissants before. Maybe this video should have been how to make croissants. It sort of is, because let's rewind to yesterday. Yesterday, I started to make this croissant dough. So in the bowl there, we've got plain flour, we've got yeast and sugar and salt. Now, people have said to me in the past, I've been told, don't put yeast with salt together. And others have said, no, that's a myth, just chuck it all in, it's fine. So I thought I'd go for it today. And I mixed it all together with actually some milk and water. And that was cold, okay? No activating the yeast. We're gonna take our time with this, really develop it, all going in together, mix it through, and you basically end up with a bowl of like rough, tacky flour, really. It is rough. And if you ever wondered what a block of butter cube looks like, there we go, it's quite pretty indeed. So we get that into the bowl too, and I use my kneading hooks on head whisk, which have been absolute lifesaver.
I'm not actually sure if that's doing anything, but we'll keep going.
It's cold butter, so it really took time to break down, but once it was in there, it was looking really cool. Next up, I floured down my surface, dumped the dough down and kneaded it. It was super smooth, absolutely loving it, into a clean bowl.
God, that might be one of the nicest doughs I've ever made.
Covered in cling film and over to a warm spot right by Phoebe's paints. We're basically waiting for that to double in size, and whilst that is, we can make something called the Tourage, like Dr. Evil, Tourage. It's basically a carpet of butter which helps the lamination will get folded in between. So this is some cubed butter, again, bashed that out with a rolling pin. It was actually really fun.
Now, I'm not saying that's the neatest in the world, but I can trim the edges, and it's gonna go in the fridge anyway.
It took 2.5 hours for my dough to get to this stage, but boy, was it worth the wait. I wanted to really work these flavors. So after struggling to get that out of the bowl, flouring down, knead it all together, just to smooth it all out, we can then get our butter from the fridge, put it in the middle, and then basically encase it. Now, this is a point I did really specifically on the pan of chocolate video, where we're trying to overlap and encase that butter in there, and it's really important to keep it cool. So fold it inwards, make sure it's fully encased, roll it all out, and then 90-degree turn it, folding it over from both ends to sort of like encase it. You're creating these lamination layers, and to my knowledge, I don't think there's any limit to how much you can laminate. So I did that a couple of times, and putting it in the fridge in between. Whenever you put it in the fridge, do make sure you wrap it in plastic wrap to stop it drying out, and just that little blast in the fridge just keeps the butter not seeping into the flour. And then you 90-degree turn, roll it out, 1/3, back on top, 90-degree roll, all that again. And to be honest, I think I did that 3 times, and then I got a little bit excited. I wanted to leave it, and it's supposed to leave it overnight, but I've actually did 1 extra turn. So that's where we're at right now. Honestly, I think that is the best dough I have ever made. It is so smooth. Oh my gosh.
Look at this thing. It is like a pillow.
And I never knew that you could actually leave things in the fridge and it would like sort of just take its time and slowly develop those flavors. But that's really what's happened in there, and it has risen slowly. I mean, there is that fear of like the fridge being like, ugh. It's so cold, I want to put my face on it. Right. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. But you could freeze this if you want. I'm not going to. I want to finish the video if that's all right. Is that right with you? There's still a bit of waiting though. So we're just getting it into like a big old rectangle. And that's, to be fair, that's actually really straight for me. Yeah, it's like a massive tongue, isn't it? Look at that. My friend Tim actually suggested the other day to use possibly a pasta roller to get it nice and neat, but I feel like this is doing good. Any bits like this, keep it to one side. I mean, let's just face it, any excuse to use a pizza cutter is amazing. But yeah, pasta machine, I don't know how thin to make it there, but this is nice and even. Can you tell I'm excited about this dough? As a middle-aged man, yes, this is what happens, folks. All right, so I've just taken my tape measure, and you might not be able to see it, but I've measured out like 15 centimeter gaps. Now really, you should have this, but I want to try and make mine quite big. So I'd say the one on the end here, and the one on that end, if my maths is fairly right, we might have a weird one there where you can kind of like just fuse together. Plus we got a little bit of offcuts, and like I say, I've made them probably double the size I should have. And also it's kind of like, because I don't know, because I've never done this before, so let's just see. We make a little indent here, okay? And what we actually want to do is stretch it out even more a little bit. Apparently this
is more of a traditional shape to do this, although I quite like the uniform triangle. I mean, it's up to you. It looks like weird pizza slices right now, but just go with it. Do what is your croissant. If it looks square, you've invented something. Did I make the Eiffel Tower? Yes. So apparently we just fold the first bit over like this. And then you can do it with one motion with the palm of your hand, but I'm new to this, so I'm just gonna be quite gentle. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Mademoiselle, qu'est-ce que c'est? Je ne sais quoi un croissant, s'il vous plaît, maman. That's incredible. Okay, so I've put them down onto a baking tray. I don't know how big they're gonna get, so just for peace of mind, I've put another 2 on a smaller tray. Tea towel on top, and now we wait again. Which gives me a chance to clean up because, you know, dough does get a bit messy. See you in a bit. I just found this other method of like how we can make the croissants rise. You know, like putting it in a warm place is kind of like that regular iconic thing, but I've just boiled up some water. I can't show you, but there's a pan of water just boiled in there. I put the croissants in, so the steam from there, if I open that, it's gonna like just defeat the point of it. It's gonna help them double in size too. So it'll be interesting to see the comparison in about an hour. Okay, so literally about 45 minutes later, these are, well, this is just the tray. Not too bad. That I put out in the hot spot. You know, they've done quite well, but they look a bit like dull and dry. Like, check this out, honestly. Look, pan of that was boiled water, the heat has stayed in here. Oh my gosh, the tray's even quite hot and it's wet at the bottom. Okay, look at them. Oh my goodness. I've just zoomed right in there. Can you see? And they smell incredible. Oh my gosh. The only thing I'd say is that the steam has made these really delicate now. Like, it's almost got the butter going, whereas these are just, well, they're quite dried out actually. I got some of the cookie dough filling ready to one side. We'll work on that in just a minute. This is what some milk with an egg yolk dropped in looks like. Of course, I guess you could just put like, oh wow, that is really delicate. Wow. You could put like almonds and sugar coat it if you want. Oven's preheated. These are very close together. We'll just go with it. See, that is, I want to do a giant croissant now. Like, why? Why have I never done that? I think I might, or a giant pan of chocolate. Pick one of the two, I will do one down, and then maybe the tiniest at the same time, just for banter. I am so happy with how these have turned out. I put my other batch in there, and now I don't really want to do this, but we need to make the cookie dough. So this is butter that I've softened. 2 types of sugar. Head whisk, which has now got the standard attachments on. And I really wish I used a bigger bowl. Just cream this together. 2 eggs. We are going all out. We just happen to have from the cheap versus steep video some of that really nice vanilla extract. And it doesn't end there because this is vanilla bean paste, which I've never used before. I think that's just the seeds from a vanilla pod in there. Look at that. It's like frog spawn. But that's gonna be really intense. I'm sorry, I've got to do it. Ooh, crikey. That should be sold at a bar. And the last thing we got is the plain flour. It does say to use bread flour as well, but I am not using that. I can't be bothered. I'm just gonna use plain flour. It's cookie dough, for goodness sake. This is a mixture of chocolate chips that are both milk and dark. And that will be the cookie dough that we dollop into our lovely croissants. Speaking of which, these are the differences between the egg washes. So this is the milk mixed with egg yolk. And this one, which has just come out of the oven. Look, this one, you see that? That is purely just egg yolk. And that's what I did for my pan of chocolates. And what I would probably recommend you do if you want that real deep golden color. I love the bottom, look at that charring there. So this is where we have to take our croissant. Oh, it's so delicate and warm and flaky. I've got a Harvey mate down the middle. Okay, so what we do apparently is place some ice cream scoops of the cookie dough into the croissant. Oh gosh. Our lid goes on top, pressing it down slightly. And then I'm gonna do kind of like a, I don't know, a skid mark? A trail of cookie dough on the top. My poor croissant, I'm really gutted about that, but this could look amazing. Right, I'll repeat that with the rest of them and we'll get them in the oven. They look a little bit like sandwiches. I had to do the yolk only one at the back. I'm just kind of like, I'm holding on to that one. I think that's gonna be my favorite. Will the cookie in the middle kind of create this sandwich wedge thing? And do I sort of do them so they're still like a little bit raw, so you get that gooiness, or do I proper bake them through? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to capture it, but my oven's a bit naughty sometimes. There is like gooey cookie dough slightly merging together and spreading almost like a gravy on top of those croissants.
I can't wait much longer. The smell is amazing.
Oh, look at that as I rip the lamination apart. Oh,
That's so good.
I'm in Paris.
That's so nice. Just need a little bit of jam.
Or cookie dough?
Oh, even better.
Really? You excited for that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of gutted that like done that to my first batch of croissants.
Have you seen it? They look like some kind of weird slug things.
Oh yeah. I'm not quite sure how long to cook these for. It smells incredible. The cookie has baked on there, draped on there. Inside I've got no idea what it's doing. I'm expecting it to be a little bit gooey. The one thing I will say is that you can snap off bits on the side there and just end up with little pieces of chocolate chip cookie already, which is truly bonkers. I think the really cool one is the one at the back though, with that yolk colour. It just pops a little more. So once this cools in a couple of minutes, I'll hold it up for a good look and then we'll mange. Look at that zoom on there. That's the chocolate inside spilling out. The bit on the top is baked through, okay? So you've got that kind of like baked cookie vibe, snapped off some cookies, and in the middle you've got cookie dough. Shall we just go for this? Oh my goodness, did you see that? This isn't healthy. I hated it and now I think I'm gonna love it. Right.
These look like the most unhealthiest thing in the world.
Oh my word.
That is amazing.
I got most of it on my face, but yeah, it's
Wow.
very buttery, isn't it? It's actually not that greasy, just you taste the butter and then that warm chocolate just settles that out with the crisp of the croissant. Oh, I'm glad I did this, but I would have been very happy just stopping at croissant. They were just so good as they are, but that is next level. However, that is probably your whole daily calories in just that bit.
I can't believe how nice they are, but how bad for you.
Yeah. Let's go for a run. That's a joke. Just before I go, that batch of dough made 8 massive ones, and this is some more made with the egg yolk just really rushed together. I think the colour with the egg yolk, it's kind of that sort of like leopard print, kind of like, it's not a leopard, is it? But the colour, if you want that strong one, egg yolk only, a little bit of a balance, more mild that you're going to drench in cookie dough anyway, milk it up, baby. Wow.